All right, welcome. Go ahead and lay down onto your back. Bend your knees and let your knees knock in, and your feet are going to be that part, the distance of your mat. Just take a couple moments there. Allow yourself to arrive into the space. Nice full inhale here. And sigh it out. Good. Bring yourself into the space, onto your mat, and into your body. Taking another deep inhale here. And sigh it out. Start to scan over your physical body here. Checking in, acknowledging those areas that are a little tender, little tense. Any areas that you feel need a little extra loving kindness. But then also check in with those areas that are feeling pretty good. Those areas that maybe, if given the opportunity to expand upon, you can. But do so mindfully. Taking a full inhale here. Sigh it out. Start to drop into your mental and emotional body. Check in with your brain, check in with your thoughts, your emotions. Give them some validity. Acknowledge them. And then anything that's not going to serve you in a positive way this morning, see if you can let that go with some loving kindness. You attach it to a bird, let the bird take it away. Take a full inhale here. And let it go. Just allow yourself to be fully present, scanning over the body, checking in with the mind, dropping more and more into the present. Hands to your belly. Allow your hands to rest on your belly. And take a few rounds of breath of letting that belly expand on your inhales, rising up to the sky. And then as you exhale, let it fall back to the ground. Just really breathing into the belly. Let that belly expand. And then let that belly fall. Just take a few rounds of deep breath to allow yourself to become more grounded, more centered in this space. And really just tell your belly it's okay to expand. It's okay to let go. A lot of times in stressful times, we tend to hold a lot of tension in our belly, which then causes a little tension in our back. And we're going to nourish those areas today. We're going to go into those areas of our low back, our belly, our hamstrings. We're going to have them stretch, but we're also going to strengthen them a bit. As you know my classes, if you don't know my classes, you will find out. I like to use a lot of strength. End range of motion strength. That active engagement strength. Good. 2 more rounds of breath here. Maybe start to settle in on an intention to be present in your practice. Be with your breath. And then take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. And we're going to set that intention with an Om or a sigh of the breath, your choice. Exhale fully here. Inhaling. Continue to find that nice, smooth, steady breath. Have your strap nearby in a moment. But take those feet, the feet stay wide, take the knees up to the side. And on your next inhale, drop your knees to the left. Exhale there. As you inhale, draw the knees all the way over to the right. And exhale. Inhale all the way over to the left. Exhale. Inhale all the way to the right. Exhale. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, take that right ankle over your left knee. Take the arms out wide using your muscle strength. And then as you inhale, draw the knees toward your chest. Good. Exhale, lower the foot back toward the floor without tugging it touch. Inhale, draws it back in. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Cat laying on my head. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And hold there as you exhale. Flex through the feet. Push through those heels. See if you can draw those knees in a little bit closer, but then resist that top leg into that top knee. Sorry, the bottom knee into the top knee. Take one more breath there. And then if you want a little deeper stretch, maybe grab around that left thigh, hug it in, do that little figure 4 stretch, that reclining pigeon. Just get into that right hip. Take that right hip, lengthen it out toward the end of your mat. Create length in that right side waist. And take another inhale here. Exhale. And as you inhale, release those feet to the ground. And just exhale, pause there. And then taking that left foot over the right. Bring the arms out wide again. As you inhale, draw the knees into the chest. Exhale, release them down, let them hover using a little core strength. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale away. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, draw it in and pause. Good. Flex through the feet. Using a little bit of strength, resistance there. Finding that end range of motion. Find a little stretch. And then maybe those hands come around the back of the right thigh. Send that left hip a little bit further toward the end of your mat, lengthening out that left sideways. Nice full inhales and exhales here. One more full inhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and release that down. Pause there for a moment. And then taking that strap, you're going to take the strap around the ball of the right foot. So making sure it's not into the sole of the foot. You want it right around the ball of the feet, so right below those toes, and extend that leg up toward the sky. So your sky might be more out toward the end of your mat. It might be more to the top of your mat. Keep your left leg bent for now. And then as that left leg's bent, see if you can find a little bit of length in the tailbone to find that natural curve of your low back. And then power up the leg. So you're going to resist this foot into the strap, finding some action in that hamstring. Taking the strap in one hand on each of those straps and relax the shoulders. Good. Push up into the strap and then resist the strap with your hands, and like you're going to want to try and drag your heel down to the floor. Good. Take another inhale there. Exhale. Taking the strap into your right hand. Keep your left hand on your left hip point, so that left hip bone. And then take the leg out to the side just until you start to feel your hips move, and then pause. So it's just a little inner thigh stretch. Push through the heel. Imagine you're trying to lift the leg up to the sky and toward the end of your mat. So a little activity there in your inner thighs and your hamstrings. Good. One more big inhale here. Exhale back to center. Good. Take the strap into your left hand. Take your right hand, press it onto that right hip crease, and then take that leg just across your body ever so slightly so you start to feel that outer hip turn on. If you feel like you need more sensation, draw the toes closer to your head. If you need less, heel toward the end of your mat. Really anchor that right hip down. Don't let that right hip move. Going to take another inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, brings that leg back up to center. Take the strap in the right hand again. And then on your inhale, bend the knee out toward your side, foot flexes to the side. Good, exhale there. So your tailbone's gonna lift a little. You're gonna find some opening between the thighs into that hip. Another full inhale here, this half happy baby. Exhale. Inhale, slowly takes that leg all the way back up to the sky. Find a little energy in that leg. And then slowly bend the knee, release the strap, place that foot on the ground. Pause for a moment, check in. Good, second side. Taking that strap around the ball of the left foot. And then taking that leg up to the sky, one hand on each side of that strap. Press into the ball of the foot, resist the foot from going toward the floor, so you're finding some activity in that hamstring. Lengthen your tailbone ever so slightly to the end of your mat to lift, find that natural curve in the low back. Good, and then really press into the ball of the foot. Nice full inhale here. And exhale. Take the strap into the left hand. Take your right hand and press it into the right hip bone. And then take that leg out to the side ever so slightly until you start to feel that hamstring and inner thigh engaged. And then resist the leg. You want to draw the leg up, but resist it with the strap pulling down, as well as you want to try and draw the strap toward the end of your mat. Take another inhale. Exhale. Inhale, draws that leg all the way back up to center. Exhale, take the strap onto the right hand. And then that left hand presses into that left hip crease. And then draw the leg ever so slightly across the body till you feel that outer hip turn. And again, resist the strap, resist the leg. Any more intensity, toes come closer to the head. Less intensity, heel toward the end of your mat. Another full breath here. Exhale. Inhale, back up to center. And then take that strap into your left hand again and start to bend that knee down by your side. Resist the foot, so you're pushing the foot up as much as you're pulling the foot down. Finding a little bit of stretch in that inner thighs into the hip. Another inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, takes those legs back up. Grabbing onto the straps, pause there, let those hips drop down. Find a little resistance. And then bending into that knee, release the strap. Just place the strap off to the side, bend the knees, pause there, check in with the legs. And then you have options here. You can roll to one side to roll up to seated, or you can hug those knees into your chest and start rolling and rocking on your spine, tucking your chin in until you come all the way up to seated. Once you're up to seated, cross your right shin in front of your left shin. Good, so make sure there's space between your pubic bone and your shins. And then flex through the feet, take an inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands down. Just finding a little tempo here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. As you exhale, lean forward, hug those knees up toward your chest. So again, find a little resistance, pressing the knees down as you're resisting them up, and then lengthen the chest forward. So it should feel really nice in the low back and hips. Take another inhale here. And as you exhale, release those, let those knees come down and come forward any little bit. Hi, Bella. She's sitting on my head right there. Take another inhale there. Exhale. As you inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, walk the hands back. Lean into those hands. Lean back, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, and then squeeze the elbows towards one another. Find the chest stretch. And then bend into those elbows, lift the knees, find modified book. If you're feeling stronger and more stable in the core and low back, may the arms start to hover forward. Maybe take an inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, both. Exhale, bend. And then as you inhale, left shin in front of the right. Second side. Inhale, takes those arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. As you exhale, lean forward slightly, hug those knees, and then resist the knees down into the arms. So finding a little bit of strength into those hips. Leaning forward, lengthening forward. Take another inhale here. And then as you exhale, release that down, lengthen forward any little bit, lengthen, reach out. As you reach out, then press into the hands, send the hips back as your heart continues to come forward. Good. Nice full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, take those arms up. As you exhale, bring them back behind you. Good, lean back into those hands, open the chest. Maybe lean the head back. Good, and then bend into those elbows, draw those knees up, find that modified boat pose again. Reach those arms forward. Good, squeeze knees together, squeeze inner thighs together, squeeze inner ankles together. Good, and then inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, left. Exhale, bend. Maybe both, you do not ever have to. And bend. And then cross those ankles, roll yourself over, hands and knees. Bring on to those hands and knees, high back. Good. Find a little cat-cow to begin. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round.
Cat-cow with the cat.
Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Am I doing this right now? Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. Good. From here, come to a neutral spine, tuck those toes, straighten the legs, find plank. So if you're on the grass, you might need to adjust to make sure that your palms can go flat so it's not going to bother your wrists. But power up those legs, find some strength in them. And then going into a little bit of shoulder stretching, opening, movement. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lift the hips downward up. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, downward up. Inhale, come forward plank. Exhale, downward dog. Bend the knees as you do. So find a deeper shoulder stretch. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, back. Bend those knees deeply. 2 more times. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. 1 more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back and hold. Good. Bend deeply into those knees. Press down and forward into the hands. And let that chest get a little bit closer to your thighs. Good, take an inhale here. As you exhale, press that right heel to the floor only. Inhale, bend. Exhale, left heel to the floor only. Inhale, bend. Exhale, right. Keep pressing into those hands, send the hips up high. Inhale, bend. Exhale, left. Inhale, bend both. And as you exhale, see how it feels to straighten both. Push the heels down, lift the hips high. They do not have to go straight. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, rolls you forward, plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes all the way to the floor. Good. Once you're there, lengthen those toes back, reach those hands back, palms face down. Inhale, locust. If it feels okay for the lower back, exhale, hover the feet. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, feet stay hovering, hands bend, press into the floor. Good, take another inhale, lift the feet higher. Exhale, toes down, tucked. Take an inhale, lift those hips. Exhale, press back, knees, hips to heels, extended chest. Good, reach through those arms, take a big inhale. And exhale. Inhale, look to those hands, make sure those arms are nice and strong. And then exhale, straighten those legs as you lift the hips, downward facing dog. We're going through that 2 more times, nice and slow. Inhale, roll forward, full breath. Exhale all the way to the floor, knees or toes. Reach the arms back, toes back, inhale. Exhale, hands down, toes stay lifted. Good, inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, toes tucked. Take an inhale. Exhale, press back knees, hips to heels. Good, reach through those arms, take an inhale. Exhale, find downward facing dog. One more time, inhale, rolls you forward plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes. Inhale, arms lift, reach back. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the toes. Exhale, toes up. Take an inhale there. And then exhale, press back knees, hips to heels. Inhale there. Exhale. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Just come to hands and knees for a moment. Take a look. This one move that I like to use a lot. Just making sure everybody kind of understands it. It's an opening in the hip. It's a little twist for your hip. So we're going to be in downward dog. Knees can stay bent, but we're going to take a right leg up to the side. Then I drop my heel to my bum, and then I open the hip to the right. So try and get that right knee or the knee as high as you can. Look under your armpit, right? So you feel this nice stretch. It's like this beautiful stretch if you were just doing like this kind of a move. Like you're going to get this stretch all the way down your leg. That's what you're going for. All right. I do it a lot. If it doesn't feel good, just keep your legs straight up. All right. And everybody find downward dog. Exhale, forward. Here comes that beautiful move I love. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, heel to bone. Inhale, open that right hip to the side. Look under your right armpit. Exhale there. Inhale, lengthen the leg back out. Look toward the hands. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Pause there for an inhale, round the spine. And exhale, step the foot forward. Good, back knee is gonna come down. Use some padding if you need. Inhale, sweeps those arms up. Good, exhale there. Inhale, rotate to the right. Good, exhale there. Inhale, straighten those arms. Exhale there. Inhale, hand to the floor. Exhale, left or right arm's gonna reach up high. And then inhale, takes that right arm over the top of the head. Exhale. Inhale, top arm reaches to the back of your mat. Exhale, overhead. Inhale to the back. Exhale, overhead. Inhale to the back, pause. Maybe you kind of coax that back foot toward your hand. If it reaches, press heel into hand. Don't grab it. Don't grab it. If it doesn't go there, just reach back for a twist. Don't grab it. Press. Use that hamstring. Good. We'll grab it next round. Exhale. Inhale takes that arm up. And exhale, circle it to the ground. Inhale, straightens that front leg, or sorry, back leg. Exhale, straighten the front leg. This is where blocks come in handy. If you do not reach the floor so easily here, behind your calf, inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. One more time, inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. Good, inhale, bend. Exhale, plant those hands, round the spine as you inhale, heel to bum. Exhale, down the dog. Inhale, rolls forward plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes all the way to the floor. Elbows come forward, find sphinx. Press palms together, press elbows down. Inhale, heart toward your thumbs. Exhale, toes to the back of your mat. Good, take another inhale there. As you exhale, draw the chin down, tuck the toes, lift the hips, straighten those legs, low plank. Take an inhale there. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, shoulders back, heart forward, sphinx. Exhale, slide the hands back, ground the tuck the toes. Take an inhale here. Exhale, press back, knees or toes to plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. You always have the child's pose version in between. Do what's best for your body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left leg reaches. Exhale, heel to bum, open the hip. Take an inhale, lift that left knee, look under left armpit. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Look toward the hands as you exhale, draw knee to nose. Press into the ground, inhale, round. And exhale, step it forward. If it doesn't make it, pump it out. Back knee drops. Inhale, takes those arms up. Exhale there. Nice full inhale. Exhale, find a twist to the left. Good. Inhale. Exhale, extend the arms forward and backward. Take an inhale there. And exhale, right hand to block or floor. Left arm's gonna reach to the sky. Good, take an inhale. Exhale, top arm overhead. Inhale, reach to the back of your mat, let those hips drop. Exhale, overhead. Inhale to the back. Exhale, overhead. Inhale to the back, pause there. Good, reach, look to that foot. Make a fist with your back hand, and maybe that back foot starts to come toward your fist. Press, use those hamstrings. Awesome. Good, another big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, takes that top arm up, and exhale, circle it to the floor. Grab that block if you need it as you inhale, straighten the back leg. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, bend, shoulders back, heart forward. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale. Inhale, bend. Exhale, plant the hips. Good. Take an inhale, round the spine. Exhale, up. And then inhale, steps you back. Exhale, down the back. Inhale, rolls you forward, plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes all the way to the floor, nice and slow. Round through those toes, elbows come forward against sink toes. Press palms together, press elbows down. Inhale, heart forward, toes go back. Inhale, start to bring the chin in, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Exhale, find plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, hips down, heart forward. Take an inhale there. Exhale, find that low plank again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, find space. Exhale, hands by side. Tuck the toes, take an inhale. Exhale, press back knees or toes to plank. Take an inhale there. And exhale, downward dog. Nice full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, heel to bum. Inhale, lengthen that leg back out, look to your hands. Exhale, jaw knee to nose. Pause there, take an inhale, round the spine. And then exhale, step the foot forward. Good, keep the back knee up this time. Make your feet a little bit more wide on the mat so you have a wider base. Good. And then inhale, heart forward. Exhale, hover those hands. Good, lean forward like you want to push off that back foot. Back inner thigh comes up to the sky. Maybe arms come like cactus. Maybe biceps and ears in line. Be mindful of the low back, what you choose. And press into that front foot. On your next inhale, take the arms up, take the chest up. And come up high out of that bend in the front knee to really power up the back leg. Nice full inhale here. Maybe you exhale, find a little deeper bend, but keep that tailbone lengthening, low belly pulling in. And then as you exhale, find that twist. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders back. And as you exhale, extend the arms from back. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, left hand to block the floor. Good, reach that top arm up. Inhale, top arm reaches overhead. Exhale to the back of the mat. Inhale, overhead. Exhale to the back. Inhale, overhead. Exhale to the back. You can pause here, or you can let that back knee drop. Taking that back heel towards your bum, finding a quadricep stretch, drawing heel toward bum. This. And then take another inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release that. Exhale, extend the leg, lift the knee. Inhale, step those hands forward. And then exhale, pause. Again, block and breather if you need it. Inhale, straighten to the front leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. and fold. So that left hip likes to hang out back here. See if you can draw that left hip forward. And now can you imagine dragging both heels toward one another? Find some length in this leg. Power up that back leg. And then maybe you push so much into the front heel that those front toes start to lift. Ah, yes. Good. Take another inhale. Inner thighs draw toward one another. Exhale, relax your jaw. Inhale, toes down. Exhale, bend into that front. Good. Power up that back leg. Inhale, heel to bum, round the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. You always can stay in child's pose, downward dog, whatever you need, or roll through the vinyasa with me. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, lower knees or toes. Hands stay on the floor, down through the toes. Inhale, just a little baby cobra. Exhale, hold. Then take another inhale. Exhale, lower, tuck the toes. Press the back, knees and toes to downward facing dog. Nice full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, left leg reach. Exhale, heel to bum, open it up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw knee to nose, round the spine. Take another inhale. And exhale, step. Good, make your feet a little bit wider so you have a little balance. And then lengthen the heart forward, hover the hips. So hands can hover low, they can hover high. Power up that back leg like you're gonna run forward. And then arms can come to your choice today. Good, lengthen the heart. Imagine the heart coming forward and a nice long spine like you're a runway for an airplane. You've been lucky. Good, take another inhale. Exhale. Power up those legs as you inhale, lift the heart. Good, exhale there. Take a little bend out of that front knee. Pull that right hip up, tailbone down. Come high onto the ball of the back foot, and then start to rebend that leg. As you exhale, twist to the left. Good, as you inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, straighten the arms. Good, take an inhale, use that core stretch. And then exhale, right hand to the floor. Inhale, takes that top arm overhead, lift those ribs. Exhale, circle the hands to the back. Inhale, up and over. Exhale to the back. Inhale, up and over. And exhale to the back. Pause there, you can stay here or drop the back knee. Start to draw that back heel towards your bum. Find a little quad stretch. This time you're resisting hand and foot, foot and hand. If it feels okay, let the hips drop forward. You can even let that front knee drop out to the side if you need to. 2 more breaths. 1 more full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, release. Watch out, please. Branches are coming for you. Exhale, straighten that back leg. I have to be very specific which case. Take another inhale. And exhale, circle that hand to the floor. Good, pause there, inhale. Back knee lifts. Exhale. Inhale, straightens the front leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten and hold. Exhale, draw that right hip forward. Draw the left hip back. Hug those inner thighs together like you're dragging your feet toward one another. And then if it feels okay, start to draw those toes up off the mat. Lengthening the chest forward. 2 more breaths. Inner thighs hug together. Take 1 more big inhale, heart forward. Exhale. Inhale, toes down. Exhale, bend into that front. Take an inhale there. Exhale, plant the hands round the side. Inhale, heel to bump. And exhale, downward facing dog. Again, you have options, stay here, child's pose, or inhale, roll forward. Exhale, lower knees or toes. Ground the toes, inhale, little baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes, take an inhale. Exhale, press it back. Downward facing dog. Nice full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, heel to bum, open it up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw knee to nose. And step forward. Good. Back heel is going to stay up. Find your balance. And then inhale, sweep. Go there. Draw in through the low belly. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, hands down behind your back. Interlace the fingers, bend the elbows, press those knuckles into the lower back. Roll the shoulders back. Some of you might stay here. This feels good. Some of you might have a little bit more range of motion. You take those hands, reach them to the floor. Or maybe you start to reach them to your back heel. Good. Take another inhale. Exhale. Releasing the grip as you inhale. Exhale. Inhale opens you up. Warrior two. Good. Drop that back heel. Either heel to arch or heel to heel. Bending into that front knee. And relaxing the arms. Good. Find a little bit of weight into that back leg. You tend to lean forward. Draw that right side long. And then gaze to the back leg. There you go. Gaze over those front fingers. Warrior two. Or find a little reverse warrior in that front palm. Turn up. Take that front palm, reach it up to the side. And then send those right ribs to the front of your mat to find a little arch in the spine. Good. Gaze can be up or down. Take another inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back, warrior two. Exhale, hands to your hips as you straighten that front leg. Take that left hip, draw it forward ever so slightly, and then lengthen yourself over that front straight leg. Take your block behind your calf, behind your knee, and then press your hand into the block. Good. Press down, open the chest, and then take your left hand to that left hip, draw the left hip back. Both legs are nice and straight. Good. And then take that left hand to your left shoulder, roll the left shoulder back. Good. Then take that top hand, reach it to the sky. Triangle pose. Good. Now power up those legs. Imagine drawing those heels toward one another. And then press down to lift up. Good. Good. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, bend you into that front knee. Good. Either pressing the hand into the block, the floor, or your elbow into your thigh. And then take that top arm overhead. Little side angle pose. Good. Front knee is nice and bent this time. Stacking that knee over the ankle. Maybe even try to look up under that left arm. Beautiful. Good. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, top arm reaches. Exhale, looking down as that top hand comes to your top hip. Little challenging balance pose here. Those that are on the grass. Fun. Good. Take that back foot, step it halfway up your mat. Coach Boyle, it's going to be fun on that little squishy mat. Reach your hand forward and then stand on that right foot. Good. Lifting that back leg half moon pose. Good. Breathing. Maybe top arm starts to reach. Maybe challenge your balance. Look to your top hand. Awesome. Take another inhale. Exhale. Inhale, slowly start to come back to warrior two. So bend into that front knee and lean back and find warrior two. Safely on the ground. Well done. Take an inhale. As you exhale, straighten that front leg and turn the toes to the long end of your mat. Feet should be on the same plane and then press into those outer edges of your feet. Wiggle all 10 toes. Yeah. Hands to your hip, take an inhale. As you exhale, lengthen forward. Good, pause there. Lengthen the heart forward, shoulder blades onto the back. Find that activity of the legs. Keep that activity of the legs. Maybe hands come to the floor. So imagine you're still lifting your hips up, pressing the feet down, inner thighs draw back, and then the top of your head starts to lengthen forward. You can't quite reach the floor, use the block. And continue to lean slightly into the toes, but then press down into the heels. Good, nice full inhale here. Exhale. Good, inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, some of you might need a block for this. You're gonna take your hands, walk them out forward like you're gonna do downward facing dog. So your hips are gonna stay back, but your chest is gonna drop to the floor. Your arms are gonna be wide. So you can't quite reach the floor. use that block. It's gonna be a nice chest stretch here as well as a different inner hamstring stretch. Awesome. And then Casey Boyle, lift your heart just a little bit and reach your hands forward more. Awesome, and now drop your chest. Yeah. If you want, you can make your hands wider and you'll get a nice chest stretch. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Exhale fully. Inhale, lifts the heart, come up onto those fingertips. Exhale, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Good, take an inhale, bend into those knees, heels in, toes out, and rock a little bit from side to side. And you can go as deep as you want on either side. Get a little bit deeper into that right hip, so the hip is to the top of your mat in a moment. So going toward the right, your toes are gonna kind of turn out, your heel's gonna be in a little bit, and then start to sit that right hip back and straighten the left leg. Good, so you're kind of like in an angle, so you're not pointing to the front of your mat, you're kind of out toward that left side of the mat. Good. And you have the option to stay here. If you have it in your range, bend into that bottom knee or that right knee, straighten the left leg, getting into that inner thigh. But staying here, totally fine as well. 2 more breaths. Wherever you are, power up that left leg. It likes to go to sleep, at least mine does. Exhale. Good, everybody inhale, press into the floor, lift the hips up. And exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Ooh, pause there. And then step it back, downward facing dog. Nice full inhale and exhale. Again, you have options. You can stay here or roll through the vinyasa. Inhale forward, exhale lower. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale lower. Tuck the toes, take an inhale. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Nice full inhale and exhale. Inhale, left leg reaches. Exhale, heel to bum, open it up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw knee to nose and step it forward. Good, find your balance. Nice full inhale, it's gonna take you up. And exhale, pause. Good, inhale, hands behind back. Interlink those fingers, press the knuckles into the low back, roll the shoulders back. And again, you might stay here. Maybe you start to lengthen hands towards the floor. Maybe towards the back. One more full inhale. Exhale. Inhale takes those arms up. Exhale, hands up. Inhale opens you up, warrior 2. Back heel grounds. Front knees drawing forward. Make those knees nice and wide. Left knees drawing a little bit more to the left. Shoulders are drawing away from the ears. Low belly is drawing in. Find that engagement in the legs. And then front palm is going to turn up. Inhale, lean it back, reverse warrior. Send those left ribs forward. Find a little bit of a crunch in that right sideways. Another big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, find warrior 2. Exhale, straighten that front leg as your hands come to your hips. Good, take that right hip, roll it forward ever so slightly, and then lengthen yourself down over that left leg. Grab that block, place it behind your knee, press down into that knee. Or sorry, not the knee, the block. And then take that right hip, roll it back so you start to feel that inner thigh fire. Good, then hand to the shoulder, roll the shoulder back, press into the block, and then top arm reaches, triangle pose. Good, now imagine hugging those heels toward one another. Good, open the chest, maybe look to that top palm, challenge your balance. Good, take another full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, bends you into that front knee. So again, you have options. Hand can stay on the block, it can go to the floor, elbow to thigh. Whatever's going to be best for you today. And then take that top arm overhead, side angle pose. Good, roll the shoulders back. If your hand's on the floor, press knee into hand, hand into knee. If it's on the block, same thing. Good, really power up that left hip. Another big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, top arm reaches. Exhale, looking down as that top hand comes to the top. Take that block with you. Take that back foot, step it halfway in. And then lean into that left leg as you lift your right leg to the sky. Half move. Okay, spread through the toes. Maybe that right arm starts to reach to the sky. Really energize that back leg. Maybe start to look up if you have balance. Beautiful. One more full inhale. Full to exhale. Transitioning slowly on your inhale back to warrior two. Go slow. Exhale, find that warrior two. Inhale there. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Toes to the long end of your mat. Parallel the feet. Press into outer edges of your feet. Lift your heart. Hands stay on your hips as you exhale forward. Good. So you can stay here with your hands on your hips. Maybe you interlink those hands behind your back again. And as you start to fold forward, maybe those arms reach to the sky. Squeeze fingers, try to pull your arms apart as you drop your head. If this is too much for your shoulders, keep your hands on your hips and do what we did previously. Good. Everybody shift your weight slightly to your toes. I know. Breathe. Good. One more full inhale there. Exhale. Inhale, hands to hips. Exhale, hands to floor. Good. Inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, walk those hands out again for that downward facing dog arms. So take the arms wide, send the hips back, and then let the chest drop to the floor. Good. Press into the hands. Drop up through the low belly. Imagine creating space between your hip and your armpits. Yep. Breathe. Press into the outer edges of the feet. Can you wiggle all 10 toes here? Yeah. Take another inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the heart, come up onto those fingertips. Exhale, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Bend the knees, heels in, toes out, and take a little rock from side to side. Let that go. And eventually we're gonna be getting our weight into that left leg. So the left toes are kind of pointing out to the corner of your mat, to the top of your mat, and then bend into that left knee, and then send those hips back. So try not to lean forward, press the weight back. Good. Some of you might stay here, this feels good. Some of you might choose to spiral more toward the long end of your mat and drop your hips, turning those left or those right toes to the sky. I don't like that. Not on this side. Good. Breathe. Oh, such a nice hip stretch. You deem this one called Spider-Man if you really kind of lunge out and go low. Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, Spider-Person. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift your hips, lift your head. And then as you exhale, come all the way to the top of your mat. Pause there in that low lunge. And then plant the hands, step it back downward dog. Your choice, we're gonna meet up in child's pose, but if you wanna do one more vinyasa, inhale, roll forward plank. Exhale, lower knees or toes. Inhale, ground the toes, shoulders roll back, use that back body. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back into child's pose. Knees wide, hips to heels. Let your head, shoulders, arms relax. Nice full deep breaths here. Feel the expansion of your ribs into your thighs. One more full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, slowly start to walk yourself back so you're sitting on your heels. If that's uncomfortable for your legs, you can come cross-legged and sit on the floor. So you have options. You can sit on your heels. So I'm going to show you this next pose. We're going to do dolphin pose for people that aren't familiar with it. If dolphin pose isn't something you want to work on, you can always work on that low forearm plank to work on core and shoulders as well. So I'm going to show you where we're going, and I'm going to walk you through it a couple times. So it's the same idea when we were in Sphinx. Palms press, elbows press. We're going to lift our hips, bend your knees so you can get your hips higher. And then you can either stay here, pressing, relax the head, or you can start to take one leg up. Then we'll take the other leg up. Maybe if you have a little balance here, you can balance. Take you there. Otherwise, hold. We'll come down. We'll do that 3 times. If that's not your life, no way, Jose. You can go from dolphin to forearm plank. To dolphin to forearm plank. Or you can even go, Sphinx is nice, to forearm plank. So still working your shoulders, still working your core, just not as intense. All right. So go ahead and come down to the floor. If you're on the grass, make sure you have a level spot. So ground out into those elbows, press the palms together. That's just gonna find some engagement in the hips. And then tuck the toes, lift those up. Good, dolphin pose. Walk those feet in, shoulders over those.
Or
sorry,
your palms can.
You can, yep, as long as you're pressing. Yeah, good, lift, yeah, hold, good. Relax the head. Good, maybe take your right leg, lift it to the sky. Yeah, awesome. Good, take an inhale. Exhale, foot to the floor. Good, maybe walk in a little bit. Good, on your next inhale, take that opposite leg up to the sky. Good, press into those elbows, press into the palms. Release that foot down. Inhale. Exhale. Good, inhale, walk those feet in a little bit more. Good, exhale, draw those knees in close to the chest, lift the hips nice and high. And then knees down, hips down, rest. Awesome. That was round 1. We got 2 more. And for those that might want to do a balance, I can't remember, Casey, you did wrestling, not gymnastics. I kept thinking of gymnastics, wrestling. I should have known that from the quiz. All right, coming forward, inhale. Good, exhale, press those palms. Good, press down into those elbows, take an inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift those hips, dolphin pose. And again, you can stay here, no problem. Good, maybe you inhale, walk those feet in, bend the knees, take the hamstrings out of the equation. Good, and then inhale, take your right leg up to the sky. Good, exhale there. Beautiful. Inhale, brings that leg down. Exhale, maybe walk those feet in, bend the knees more. Good, inhale, take the opposite leg up. Exhale. Good, inhale, leg down. Exhale, maybe walk those feet in more. Good, hug it in, take an inhale. And then exhale, knees down, hips to heels, child's pose. Good, that was round 2, only 1 more. See how strong you're getting. And again, you have options. Take your option that's best for you. Exhale, fully. Good, inhale, roll forward. Exhale, hug those, press those hands in, press the elbows down, touch the toes, lift it. Good, pause there, take an inhale, relax the head, look to your toes. Exhale, walk the feet in. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, release it down. Good, inhale, walk those feet in. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, left leg reaches. Exhale down. Inhale, walk those feet in, hug the knees into the belly, and then exhale, knees down. Good, relax those head down. Maybe even take those hands back by your feet. Let the shoulders kind of round over those knees. Maybe even rock the head from side to side, massaging out through the neck, up the back. Nice full inhale here. And exhale. Good. Inhale, take those arms, reach them forward. Exhale, come up onto those hands and knees, tuck the toes, press back downward dog. And so we're gonna come into pigeon pose. If you know that pigeon pose, like Pat, so be careful on your knees, isn't gonna work for you, you can go into a seated variation of that, or we even did it at the beginning, right? So you have that reclined pose. So take your right leg, lift it to the sky, take an inhale. Exhale, heel to bum. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Pause there for an inhale. And then exhale that right knee to the back of the right hand. Good, pause there. Good, come up onto those fingertips, tuck the back toe, and then press into the mat, maybe your hands hover. That's where I find a little bit of action here. Back knees down. Good, maybe you can start to lengthen that back leg back a little bit, but then press down, lift up, maybe arms reach. Good, maybe hands stay at hips, maybe they stay at floor. We're finding a little bit of activity here, awesome. If you want to find another little stretch for your chest, hands can come back, open up. Maybe if you have balance, back leg starts to bend, grabbing onto that leg, find a little heart opener. Good, 2 more breaths here. I promise you'll get some rest time. Good, slowly bring the hands to the floor. Take that back leg, straighten it, and then send the hips back, and then uncurl the back toe. Good, then start to lengthen forward. Come to the elbows, pause. Now press down into the top of the back foot, press into the shin, press everything down as you lengthen the chest forward. So it's an active stretch. Good. 2 more breaths. And if it feels good, maybe you lengthen out a little bit further. I just like to keep my head up. I just feel more length in my spine, but some people like the way it feels to go all the way to the floor. And then you can stay here for another 2 breaths, or if you want to find a little bit of a twist and another quad stretch. Inhale lifts you up onto those elbows. Exhale, take your left elbow to the center line, so you can just do a twist. And then your left hand's gonna come to your right thigh, right hand to the low back, find the twist. And then we've been there before, take a look at that back leg, start to draw it toward your bum. Maybe your hand reaches back and grabs it. Good, draw your heel to your bum. Resist that heel away from your bum to find that nice quad stretch, but don't sacrifice the twist. Open that right shoulder to the sky. Good. Allie, go the opposite way if you can, or does it feel good that way? Opposite. Yeah, there we go. That's okay. It might have felt better the other way. And slowly release. Good. Come back to center. Good. Pause there. Good. Come up onto those fingertips. Tuck the back toe. Shift that back knee in. And then tuck the toe again, press it back, downward. You have the option, Vinyasa, stand downward dog, your choice, your practice. If you're following along, Vinyasa, inhale, forward plank, exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, make it way, downward facing up. Second side, inhale, left leg reaches. Exhale, heel to bum. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. And then knee to the back of the left hand. Good. Take that back knee to the ground and then press down into the floor. So your hands might stay on the floor. They might come to a block. They might come to your hips. Remember, both sides are going to be different. Press down to lift up. Maybe arms reach. Good. So find a nice active range of motion here. That back hip's powered up. Maybe you find that little bit of heart opener. Maybe we've been there all day with that back leg. Maybe it's accessible. You need to really power up those legs for balance. Good, 2 more breaths. Good. 1 more full inhale. Slowly bring those hands to the floor. Good, straighten the back leg, tuck that back toe, send the hips back, and then lengthen the chest forward, find length in the spine. Uncurl the back toes, and then press the top of the foot into the floor. Press that front shin into the floor. And then press the elbows down, lengthen the chest forward, And then either stay up on elbows or lengthen yourself out. Take another inhale there. Exhale. Inhale, either stay there or exhale, lift the head, come up to those elbows. And then from here, that right elbow is going to come more to the center line. So your right hand can grab your left knee, left hand to the low back. Open the chest, find that twist. Good. Press into the bottom elbow to lift the chest. And then look to that back leg. Start to bring it closer to your bum if you'd like to go there. And maybe grab on. Roll that top shoulder back, maybe even look up. Good. Heel toward bum, resisting it away. And a nice stretch in the front of that right hip. A nice full inhale. And as you exhale, slowly release. Good. Come back to center, come to those elbows, pause there. Good. Slowly press into those hands, tuck your back toe, slide the hips forward, and then press back downward dog. Full inhale and exhale. Last vinyasa, if you'd like it, inhale, come forward, exhale, lower. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes, take an inhale. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. A nice full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, slowly brings your knees down. Shift your heels to one side and sit all the way back. From here, coming into a couple bridge poses. You have the option to use your back if you would like. We're going to go into a little bit longer heart opener toward the end in a moment. We're just going to get into our lower back. So go ahead and roll all the way down onto your back. And go, ah, so nice to be here. Let it go.
Turning on the feet.
It's supposed to get up to like 36 today. Hug those knees in for a moment. And then slowly just place those feet back on the ground. Good. Reach your hands toward your feet. And then inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time to hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Press into the hands. Slide the shoulder blades onto your backboard. Back of the head presses into the floor. Tailbone toward knees. And then imagine dragging your heels toward your hands. Good. Take another inhale. And exhale, lower. Good. Pause there. Take an inhale. And exhale. Adding on a little bit, we've been interlinking our hands behind our back and pressing those down. If that's not going to work for your shoulders, just repeat what we did before. Reach hands toward your heels. Press down into those heels. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, take those hands behind the back, interlink the fingers. Press the pinky edges down and then squeeze the shoulder blades together one at a time. Go onto those outer shoulders. Press those pinkies down, lift the hips. Send tailbone to heels. Imagine jogging heels toward hands. Good. Take one more full inhale. Open the chest. Exhale. Inhale. Unwind the hands. Exhale. Lower the hips. Good. One more time. If you have full wheel pose in your practice, you're more than welcome to do that. That would be hands by your ears. Otherwise, repeat bridge pose again. Press down into those feet. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the hips. Good. Inhale. Interlink hands behind the back or hands by ears. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Press those pinky edges down to open the chest. Slide those heels toward your bum. Press into the feet. Good. Tailbone toward knees. Engage that back side. One more full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, unwind those shoulders. Exhale, lower the hips. Good, pause there. Let your knees touch in, feet are apart distance of your mat. Take a couple breaths just in a neutral pose. Couple more deep breaths here. And then roll all the way over to your right side. Use your right arm as a pillow, hug those knees in. Pause there. And then take your top leg extended out. Press into your top hand, press yourself up sideways. So from here, you're going to use that block. And if you have two blocks, awesome. If you don't have two blocks and you have a block and a towel, towel's going to go where your head's going to be. The block is going to go between your shoulder blades, right? So right up the spine between your shoulder blades. It can go on this level. It can go on the higher level, right? But it's going to go right between your shoulder blades. We're going to do a nice little opener of the chest here. So the way I usually like to do it, I like to kind of judge it from here, just kind of lean back. Notice that the bottom edge of that should be right at the bottom edge of your shoulder blades. So you might have to adjust it a little bit. And then start to lay back onto it. Bend the knees to begin. And then if you have that towel, prop it up so your head has a little bit of support. If you have a block, place the block under that for support. And then let the chest open. Yeah, take those arms out wide if it feels okay. Beautiful, good. Keep the knees bent to begin. Awesome, come a little, yeah, there you go. Beautiful. And then your arms can go literally wherever feels best to you. Your arms can be by your side, they can go shoulder height, they can even reach back overhead if that feels okay. Making a little deeper stretch. Most important part, breathe. Little energy in the core, so low belly is drawing in. Feet are pressing down. Good. If it feels good in your body and you feel comfortable in your low back, those legs can extend straight, but really think of lengthening that tailbone toward the floor. You're trying to keep that pelvis a little more neutral, having that opening come from the upper back. 3 more deep breaths here. Really lengthening, finding openness in that front body. Slowing everything down. Good. One more full inhale here. And exhale. If your legs are straight, start to bend them. If your arms are overhead, start to bring them back by your side. Start to lift your head, draw your chin into your chest, and then grab onto the backs of your thighs. Use your core strength and your arms, curl yourself up. Good, release that from out, keep it with you. We're gonna do one more little thing with the block under our hips, and go ahead and lay down all the way up onto the ground. Just pause there for a moment. Notice how that feels. And then you're going to take that block, you're going to place it under your hips. So it's going to go right under your sacrum. I would recommend the mid-level, but if that's too high, you have the lowest level. You could go the highest level if you're feeling a little comfortable, but we're going to do a little supported shoulder stand, and that gets a little wobbly. So press into the feet, lift your hips like bridge, slide that block underneath, and then ground down into that sacrum area, right? So you feel supported with that block. And then take the shoulder blades, draw them under just a little. Press the back of the head into the floor, so just a little supported bridge. You can keep yourself here if this is feeling good, or start to bend one knee at a time up to the sky. Make sure you're stable on that block, and then start to straighten the legs to the sky. So a little supported shoulder stand. If you have a traditional shoulder stand practice and you're comfortable with it on your neck, you can always go there, but just be very mindful that you're pressing those elbows down, protecting the neck. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, stay with me. Find a little bit of energy in the legs. And then as you inhale, point those toes up to the sky. Stretch the front of your foot. As you exhale, push your heels to the sky. So flex the feet. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Good. As you inhale, take your feet to the right in a circle. And as you exhale, to the left. Inhale to the right, nice and slow. Exhale to the left. Good. 2 more times. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Exhale. Good. Inhale, find neutral. Exhale. And then slowly start to bend those knees. Placing the soles of the feet on the floor one at a time. Pause there for a moment. And then slide the feet in closer toward your bum. Come up onto those balls of your feet to lift your hips. Slide the block out. Unwind the shoulders. Let those hips come together. So just pause there for a moment. Neutral spine. And start to hug the knees into the chest. Maybe even round your forehead toward your knees. Create a little action in the core. Take another inhale. And exhale. Slowly releasing down. One more twist here. I'm going to take you through 3 different options. So keep the knees in close to your, actually place the feet on the floor. Take your hips, shift them over to the right. And then draw the knees into the chest. Try to keep them as close to your chest as possible and then drop the knees to the left. So squeeze knees, squeeze ankles, find some activity in the twist. Take that right arm out by your side. Find length from armpit to hip. Keep squeezing your knees. Tailbone toward your heels, so lengthen the lower back out. Good, take another inhale. Hold to exhale. If this is feeling good and you want to stay here and relax the muscles, you can. Otherwise, left hand's going to stay on that top thigh. That bottom leg is going to start to reach toward the end of your mat, straightening that leg, coming into a one-legged twist. So it's going to find a little deeper rotation. Keep the legs active. And because we've been going with a little bit of bind of that bottom leg all day, maybe that bottom leg starts to bend heel to bump. Your right arm starts to reach for that bottom foot. And you find a little quad stretch and a twist. Core is engaged. One more full inhale. Exhale. If you have the bind, release it. Taking that bottom knee, if it's straight, draw that bottom knee up to the top knee. So you're in that first position. And then take that right arm, reach it over to the left so you're laying on your left side. Throw yourself into it. Pause there for a moment. And roll yourself back onto your back. Hug those knees into the chest. And then feet to the floor. Shift your hips to the left slightly. Draw those knees into the chest. Keep squeezing them in and then drop the knees to the right. So keep the activity in the body to begin. Good. Squeeze knees, squeeze ankles. Let that left shoulder drop wide. Tailbone toward your heels. Good. And you can always stay here Or if you want to add on, take that bottom leg, start to straighten it towards the end of your mat. That right hand presses on the left thigh and open the chest a little bit more. Legs are active. Good, and again, you can stay here, or that bottom leg starts to bend, heel toward bum. Left hand starts to reach for that foot, finding that little quad stretch as well as the twist. Tailbone keeps lengthening to the end of your mat. Core is engaged. Nice full breaths. Good, one more full inhale. Hold to exhale. Have the binder knee sit. And start to draw that bottom knee toward the top knee. Take that left hand over to the right. Use your right arm as a pillow. Curl yourself into a little ball. Pause there. And if there's any other posture your body needs, you have this time to take it. Otherwise, we're coming into our restoration, our final pose. Couple options. Roll onto your back. Hug those knees in. And if you'd like to take a more traditional resting position, arms will come out, legs will extend. Let those legs drop out, arms drop out. Find just a nice, comfortable position on your back. You can stay on your side. You can lay on your belly. You can even come up to a seated position for a little seated meditation instead. Whatever you feel is going to best restore you, take that position. Allow yourself to be supported. If you need something under your low back or under your knees, you can always take a blanket, roll that up, place it under your low back or your knees. If you're in the sun, you might need a shade over your face. Good. And then just let everything kind of relax. Take a nice full inhale. Sigh it out. Another full inhale. And sigh it out. One more time, inhale. And let it go. Allow yourself to drop into stillness, into silence. We'll be here in this final position of Shavasana for a few moments, a few minutes. I'll bring us out of Shavasana with 3 bells. Take rest. on your next breath. On your next breath, bring some movement into the fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. Laying on your back or on your belly, start to take your arms back behind your head, slide your feet together, give yourself a long stretch. Maybe even rock from side to side. And then slowly, when you're ready, bend those knees. Either windshield wiper the legs, hug those knees in. And when you're ready, eventually finding yourself over to one side. Just pause there. Check in mentally, physically. Acknowledge those shifts from the practice today. And mindfully make your way back up to seated. Once you found that comfortable seat, allow your eyes to close. Bring your hands either to your heart center or one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly like we ended. And take 3 deep breaths into that belly. Allowing yourself to come into this space, onto your mat, and fully present in your body. Allowing the strength, the energy, and the breath of this practice to help you as you transition off your mat into your weekend ahead. Knowing that the power of your breath is always there for you. You just need to remember to use it. We'll seal this practice in with 1 Om or a sigh of the breath. Exhale fully here. Inhale. Taking a moment, think of one thing in your life that you truly are grateful for. Hold on to that image in your mind's eye as you raise your head with a smile. Thank you for being here. Namaste.